Hey there, welcome to the Loose Lemire channel. Oops. I bet you can hear me better now, right? Welcome to the Loose Lemire channel. Welcome to your weekly guidance from May 29th to the 4th, I think. Spirit, what is the guidance for those watching this video? What is their guidance, please? What is something they really need to hear? What do they really need to hear for the week ahead? I'm gonna do 2 piles. I didn't think I would. They really probably relate, maybe, but okay. Pile 1, or at some point in the week. This is one thing, this is the other. Your guidance this week is to forgive the Tower. Man. Okay, so this says, Tower, unplug and relax for a spell, and forgive. I feel like this week is going to somewhat challenge you, and it's more so to help you. Like they say, really, I used to give a keynote speech on forgiveness. I've lived a life. And forgiveness, this shouldn't be used, but forgiveness is more so for us than the other people, because certain feelings are not that great for our health. They're our birthright as a human being, but they're not great for our health. And when they live inside of us and we operate from them, we make choices that are to our detriment and not so much to the root cause of those feelings, right? If it's a person that harmed us, a situation that harmed us, or even ourselves that made a misstep or a wrong decision at some point in the past, practicing active forgiveness is going to be helpful. And I feel like a way that you can practice that is to not distract yourself from whatever it is that you crucify yourself or the situation over. Again, I am going to recommend journaling. I am going to recommend, speaking it out. If there's, some voice recordings that you can record for yourself, to yourself, in a space where you can keep it and pontificate and cry and be mad and, throw virtual pillows and express your true feelings over something so that other feelings can arise from those. I'm going to read to you the forgive here because I feel like that's kind of important. So forgive talks about you've been holding a grudge against somebody in your life. Maybe it's a loved one or maybe it's yourself. This isn't a card telling you that you must practice to learn. Oh my God. This isn't a card telling you that you must learn to practice forgiveness. No, forgive them on your own terms, if and when you feel ready to do so. This is simply a nudge for you to consider whether that time is the present. Don't let forgiveness feel like an obligation, but like a shiny red hope that gets you through your sleepless late nights. Unplug and relax for a spell. It's time you took a step back and spent some quality time with your true one best friend, yourself. Look up some yoga videos on the YouTube. Try out guided meditation. Read a book from a genre you might not usually read. Take a morning stroll around your neighborhood and discover places you've never been before. When we take the time needed to recharge, we're paying the greatest respect to ourselves. And I feel like that could be helpful in getting you to a place where you feel a lot less despondent. Because I feel like there's something here about this that's clouding your judgments, clouding your accomplishments, clouding the way you see how you... I feel like you've done some really great things, okay? I feel like you've done some really great things. And I feel like whatever is on your chest, whatever's on your heart, is negating that stuff. Like, you've come a long way, but there's some sort of crucifixion happening in your system that's taking up way too much space. What more do you have to say about this? If it comes to a situation where you have to deal with somebody, I don't know if this is like this or that, or if it comes to where you have to deal with somebody, it's almost like you don't have to. That's what I feel like. I feel like you almost don't have to. I feel like even with the High Priestess here, maybe you can just go quiet and do something for yourself first and then deal with them. Like, you may not owe, I mean, I hate saying this, but you may not owe them an immediate response, especially if things have been dicey between y'all or whatever. Like, you don't feel pressured to do something that there is, like, the pressure being created isn't actually real, right? So take your time to do that so that you can answer in the fullness of your totality and not from one aspect of you that is feeling hurt or that wants to, forgive in the traditional terms and move things along. Like, if there's been, a slight, talk about it, be about it, or whatever. But it's like, I feel like take your time. If something has happened this week that you need to respond to or want to, take your time. We have the High Priestess here, and she knows what she knows her shit. Now we have the Nine of Pentacles here in the reverse. I feel like this is that Tower. Like, be pleased, please yourself. Really, like, don't focus on this other person's pleasure or this other person's desire. Do yourself a favor and focus on you so that you are better suited to focus on the betterment of the highest good of this situation. Because if this is something where you're dealing with another person, with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, there is an aspect here for me where it says, deal with you first so that you can then deal with the whole in a better state of mind. Better state of mind does not mean acquiescing to bullshit. Better state of mind does not mean you laying yourself down and saying, okay, let's have peace. Talking to my Libras out there. Come on, ladies and gents and y'all. This is about approaching a situation in a right state of mind. Okay, not too much of anything. All right. So good luck with that. I hope it goes well for you. And for, at some other point this week or whatever, Clover, release your guilt. Wow, yeah, they were, I thought they were very similar energies. There could be some situation, again, this week is about, for you, and as with the other pile, I'd say definitely listen to that one. This is about you freeing yourself from the bullshit. Freeing yourself from what you think you have to do or what you think you didn't do or what you didn't actually do and what you wish you could have done and how you wish things could have ended or happened or it's letting, not so much letting that go, but allowing yourself grace and releasing yourself from the bind that creates. And if there are some things that you need to do actively, functionally this week in order for you to feel like, okay, I don't have to continue tying this noose around my own neck, hanging myself around my own self, if there's some things that you need to do to release yourself, essentially, I would encourage that. I feel like you're being encouraged to do that. And release any kind of just guilt around doing certain things. And I feel like you'll do other things and certain things just easier when you move away from those feelings. So let's go ahead and see what more we can glean from this for you from the guidebook here. Release your guilt. You've been carrying the burden of guilt on your shoulders for far too long. It's now negatively impacting all facets of your life and making it impossible for you to function. You've come to a crossroads where you need to choose a direction. Go ahead and make your reparations or release yourself from the cage you've built around yourself. Hint, sometimes the first road leads right back around to the second, where, you go ahead and make reparations and then you release yourself from the cage. So sometimes, again, it's pretty much what I was saying earlier, where if you think that there's some things that you need to do to save yourself from what you've been crucifying yourself over, go ahead and do those things. Maybe they will help get you to a point of realizing that you've done all you can and you're just gonna make better choices moving forward. What more can you tell us about this, Spirit? What's the guidance for my... I love that. You definitely have the tools, and I feel like this could be the time for you to let go of the things that you've been holding on to. There's a sense of pettiness here, and so for some of you, if you feel guilty over being petty, okay. Like, release that. I don't know what to tell you. Shit, I really don't know what to tell you. I mean, I say this because you may not actually be petty. When you're a good person, okay, when you handle situations like an adult, I'm going to say this in a way that I know people are going to misunderstand, but sometimes, I suppose, doing the thing that actually should be done can feel shady. Okay? Yeah. So that's what I'm getting. Release the guilt of doing the things that you might need to do to get the results that you want to manifest and create. Let's clarify this Five of Pentacles. This Five of Swords. The Ace of Wands in reverse and the Temperance in reverse. Yeah. It's not doing something. You might be playing a bit of a manipulation game this week, and it's almost like whoops. It's almost like it's warranted. Look, I don't know. I don't know who you are. I don't know what this is about, who this is for, or what your deal is. But it's almost like you have the tools and you can use them. And the tools might be not what you're used to, and you might feel guilty about that. But it's almost like, nah. It's almost like it helps the situation. It's so awkward. Yeah. There might be a bit of jerkness that you call upon that you may not feel good about. But, man, Spirit, I know there are readers who can say this, deliver this message so much better than I can in a way that isn't. You can go ahead and be a jerk. Like, it's kind of weird here, but hi. I guess what I was trying to say earlier is sometimes, let's say this is a romantic situation, right? And you've been waiting for someone, you want them to do something, or I don't know, and you hear from them and they're like, let's go now, and you want to go, but you almost want to teach this person a lesson. You want them to no longer take you for granted, or you want to show them that this isn't a nice way of doing things. And so you do to them what they've been doing to you, or you do to them something that you have never done. Because you're a proper human being, you don't play around. But it's almost like the situation warrants playing around. It's almost like the situation warrants games. But it's not necessarily a game. It's actually like a teaching tool. And that's what I'm kind of seeing with this Five of Swords. It's a teaching tool. Oh my goodness. Yeah. It's a tool that I see you using to teach. So that's why I use the quotes, because it's like you might think that you're being petty, and it could be that you are being petty, but it's almost like being petty is your guidance here. Release the guilt of the thing that you have to do. Or for some of you, if you were petty, maybe, you know, apologize for that. Go somewhere and sit down and apologize for that to whomever needs to hear about it. I want to clarify the King of Swords. Can you clarify the King of Swords in this message, please? Yeah, the Six of Swords. This is so funny because what I've been getting here is the Six of Swords. With the Five of Swords and the Magician is holding this big ass sword. So I'm like, oh, Six of Swords energy. With the Six of Swords here, the Six of Swords is in reverse. The Six of Swords in reverse is moving towards turbulent waters. So yeah, I feel like for some of you, this really is about making a decision that you wouldn't usually make. Feeling guilty about that, but not feeling so guilty and remembering that, you know, some situations call for certain kinds of actions. I am exiting this reading. Thank you. We'll see you next time. Keep your light on. Good luck and bye.